Yay.
I don't have anything
Clear.
to cheers with yet. Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeti.
Ghost clear.
Yeah.
Ghost link.
Right.
Yes. Well, hello, everyone. It is Thursday. There will be no Josh tonight because he is on spring break with his kiddo and wife.
Spring break.
kiddos,
Woohoo!
plural. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's a
Yeah.
good
Is
thing.
he somewhere far and warm?
I think he's somewhere far and cold.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he actually went to not Bozeman, but maybe it was
Oh.
Bozeman.
Montana, right?
I think it was Montana or
Okay,
shit.
so
or
sounds like a
Wyoming
ski
or something.
trip.
Like, he went way-
is that Wyoming? Yeah, something
Okay.
somewhere
like
in
that.
that area, one of those states, one of those
Yeah.
states that there's 68 people that live in the entire state.
It's definitely Wyoming.
But it's
Yeah.
probably gorgeous out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Well, I don't know. It's pretty early to be out that far north.
I don't know.
I don't know. Hey,
Gosh.
Steven!
Josh is
We-
where we just
oh,
said.
look at
It's
that.
tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day, so we're
Oh, nice.
Hey, you got green beer.
no, it's green gin and tonics because we're
Oh.
classy.
Wow.
With a K. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
Steve Wining and Dining, his host.
Yep.
I mean, that's part of the tax, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If you stay at my house for a month, you can make drinks.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, when you think about it, it's a pretty low price.
It's
Yeah.
a pretty damn low price. Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least he can do.
he's been buying us a lot of lunches and stuff, and I'm like,
Nice.
I feel bad, but at the same time, also like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Hey,
labor's worth money.
he'll take it.
You
Tyler, you're
get a
working
lot
from
of-
home right
Oh,
now.
yeah. Most of
Okay.
the days. Yeah.
Like I'm just picturing y'all's daily routine. Like you just get up in the morning, like make coffee, say, "Hey, what's up?" Like
it's
pass
it's
each other at night when you're going to take a piss. or
pretty much nailed it. Yeah.
something. And then Steve heads over to Dan's for the conversion.
Yep.
Dude, we've been working pretty much like all day, every day.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
I feel like that's the way to do these conversions. Like just like go heads down
Yeah,
Yep.
and just get it done, knock it out.
yeah, I agree. It's definitely a way to do it. It's it's a lot of work, but it's like, I don't know. I've been surprised because there hasn't been anything that I guess because I've been around it so long. There's been nothing that surprised me. Nothing was like, oh my god. And actually, the funny thing is, most of the things we've done, I've already done, just not for a conversion. Like, there's only a few things that are like conversion specific that I'm like, oh, I've never done that before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like cutting the pedal that Steve did.
Yeah. Well, actually, I've cut a pedal. I cut
Oh.
my own. I cut my 599 pedal.
Hmm.
So I've
Which
done
was-
that.
Yeah, true. Part of
So
your
I mean,
conversion.
and I've done the pedal box, but it was on the 599. It's different on the 599. It's actually harder on the 599 than the 430. Way harder.
Because it's tighter or what?
No, because the whole damn thing comes out.
Oh.
And so you have to unbolt this big box, and getting to a couple of the bolts is super, super pain in the ass. You have to like remove the body module and move it out of the way so that you can get this. You have to put a socket on like a giant, extension, and it just pain in the ass.
Yep.
Pain in the ass. I'm trying to think. Obviously, I've never pulled out an F1 unit entirely before, so that was new. And I haven't pulled a trans, but I've pulled the K member and I've pulled the trans mount. So that was, No, Josh Hill didn't take a part. I was there. Like he was helping. Like
It
he
was
did
at
a
his
lot.
place.
He did a lot of the work.
Yeah.
It was at his place, but
Yeah.
Gabe helped with a huge amount of that.
Yeah, I was involved in the first half of
Yes.
that whole project. The first 1.5 years
Yeah.
of taking it apart.
Has Steve been receiving regular chiropractic massage treatments?
Seriously, Steve.
Lots of stretching and some chiropractic adjustments. Yes.
Yeah.
How are you
Seriously.
feeling, Steve, about the whole thing? How's it been going?
Well, I'm exhausted, and I'm glad that we're nearing the end. But all in all, I actually, am, knock on wood, I'm very happy so far. We were talking about, how long we thought it was going to be. I kept my mouth shut on the guest because I didn't want to jinx anything. But it's happening much faster than even Josh and Dan thought. So
Yeah, I thought camera work was going to slow it down more than it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
thought, and I think you know what? I think in my mind, I didn't realize how much of the wrenching you were going to be doing.
Hmm.
So in my mind, I
You were
totally
doing both.
huh?
You in your mind, you were doing both.
Yes. I was envisioning how I used to do my DIY videos where it was just me.
Yeah.
And that slows everything down by a factor of like 2 or 3.
And I'm
Good.
amazed at how much you can do one-handed while you film, but it definitely is slower that way.
Yeah, right.
It's what 8 years of this and wrenching at the same time.
I've only been doing it like for how many years now?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Actually, you know what's funny? Okay, funny thing about the nails being super clean. We were laughing. This is hilarious. It just works out today. Our hands have been just nasty all week, right? It's covered in grease and grime. But today we spent the day kind of just cleaning everything. We cleaned the entire interior of the car, the seats, the carpets, the leather, everything, right? And we were using the APC all-purpose cleaner to clean the leather. And we scrubbed the crap out of the leather and it came out looking amazing. And we get done and we're like, dude, our hands are perfectly clean. Like
It was like before we
Dude,
started.
my nails are clean.
Nice.
They were not clean for 2
Nice.
weeks. It was hilarious because we're
There you
like,
go.
how did- like it got the nails, it got everything. Like what the hell? It was amazing. So
Better living through science.
right, yeah. I mean, I'm sure the APC is probably not super good to like
Yeah.
constantly have on your hands, but
Whatever.
Yeah, I could use some lotion right now.
yeah, they're pretty dry. Oh, we need a Josh Hill Thursday night pretty soon. Yeah, he actually was texting me the other night. We're gonna film a new Josh Hill top 5 list video fairly soon.
Nice.
And so my plan is every time we do that, I want to have him come on a Thursday Night Live right after that video comes out.
Nice. Oh, that
Yeah.
sucks, Cheryl. I'm sorry to hear that.
What crazy weather in the Bay Area? Winds were so bad. Tree fell on my what?
Yeah, that.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
At least it wasn't the 599.
Yeah. Or the California.
Right,
Yeah.
or the Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Oof,
So-
that would have sucked. Damn, I seem less angry. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Let's get them angry, guys.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be angry. I like being happy and calm.
The secret
don't
is.
bring up the garage.
Yeah.
Oh, that just
No.
popped into my head
Yeah.
because
You
I was
bastard.
curious.
I say the secret is just to get Dan drunk, but
No, I'm not an angry drunk, you dumbasses.
So then no updates there, basically, right?
So, so I first panicked and had in the video you saw, I had my builder come out and we kind of sketched out a new design. And I realized I really didn't like that design and I didn't want to do that. And I thought the design was too much of a compromise in favor of the HOA. And I realized, no, I bought this house. I read the damn HOA covenants and literally nothing in the HOA covenants said I couldn't build what I submitted. So I thought about it for a couple days and I told the home builder basically don't do anything more. I'm gonna call a meeting with the HOA. So I submitted an email to the HOA basically saying, hey, I've already spent a lot of money on this and I would like to have a meeting with y'all to try and work this out so I'm not wasting more money. And they said, okay, let's have a meeting. So we're trying to, I don't have that scheduled yet, but I'm trying to get that scheduled.
Yep.
I think it's gonna be sometime next week.
Hmm.
But at the same time, like I said, there is nothing in the covenants of the HOA that say I shouldn't have been able to do what I submitted. And so they're all saying it's based on precedent, but precedent is not a legally binding thing. So I'm going to push on them pretty hard and basically be like, look, you don't want to get into a legal pissing match because I bought this house knowing I was going to build a garage.
Yeah.
And you're now making up stuff to prevent me from doing what I want with my property. That's not something specified that I can't do.
Yeah.
So I kind of, the more I thought about it, the more I guess because I'm already dealing with some legal stuff that I'm kind of like, I'm already
Yeah.
paying lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's another $5,000?
Yeah.
And frankly, it's like the difference in cost of the smaller garage was so large that
Yep.
hell yeah, I'll throw a couple grand at some lawyers. So like, but I don't want to go there. I really don't, because I feel like it would probably make everyone in the HOA hate me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can
So-
attest.
They are still your neighbors after all. So.
Right.
Right. I have no intentions of moving at this point, even
Yeah.
though they were trying to get me to buy a house across the street, which would be amazing. But
Then you
it's
have
very-
2 votes, Dan. 2 votes.
Well-
Well, I was thinking across the street in your neighborhood, but yeah.
Oh yeah. No, actually, funny thing is the HOA is having their meeting where you elect new members or representatives or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Dan for
gonna.
president.
I'm not gonna go for president, but I will absolutely go for being on the architecture committee.
Nice.
100%. I'm gonna
Mhm.
submit my. I'll be like, yeah, I'm on the architecture committee. Go ahead.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh, little man, what are you doing? You are not supposed to be in here.
I'm gonna refresh my feed. My chat's not working.
Just scrolling it, Gabe. It might.
Okay.
No, it says reload, but it
All right,
doesn't work.
Chunker.
I'll be right
Oh,
back.
there.
Hold on.
Well, you can't grab the mic.
It's time for better baby locks.
It's yeah. Well, I didn't have the lock on the door.
Oh,
open,
okay.
So he's like, yeah, what's going on here? You say, hi.
He doesn't know where to look.
He's like, what's going on? There's a lot of stuff going on. What you doing, huh? You should just get a bath. You clean? Yeah. Okay. Problem is now, if I set him down, he's probably gonna get all pissed.
Yep.
Bastion, you have to come to bed.
Okay. Nope. No microphone.
You know, like-
No microphone.
Come on, Bob. Time to brush your teeth. Time to brush teeth.
It's like, no.
I want
Oh,
to
Lord.
go.
He was like, I don't want to go to bed. Oh, sorry, I forgot to let Gabe back in.
Thanks,
you are.
man. Just
Sorry.
waiting.
You got to make me a team member so I can do
Sorry.
that shit.
How old
yeah.
is he, Dan?
19 months.
Oh, okay. Almost 2.
Yeah, he's getting more than halfway to 2. Well, less than 5 months, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm. It's frustrating with the HOA. I'm willing to like compromise on some parts of it, but
Yeah, that's being
Um,
adult. Compromise on some parts of it.
some parts, yeah. Like
They
but at
should
the same
compromise
time,
on some parts.
They need to compromise on some of it because,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's they aren't gonna be completely happy, and I'm not gonna be completely happy, and that's the way that's how compromises works, right?
Yep. You
Yeah.
sell cars. You know this.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm never totally happy with the price I sell a car for. If I am, then I screwed someone. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not totally optimistic, but I'm not like pessimistic on it. I think we'll see, because the problem is I just don't know enough. Like I don't know these people enough to know what they're feeling. And like what's frustrating, one thing that really drives me nuts about it is like I'm looking at the neighborhood across the street, right, that they're building, and it's a much higher level neighborhood. Like the base price of the cheapest thing you can get over there is more expensive than the most expensive house here, right?
Yep.
And the like expectations of materials and design or whatever is just higher, right?
Yep.
And a dude's building a 50 by 60 garage over there.
Yeah, we tried to drive by and see it, but the gates were
Gates
closed.
were closed
They actually closed the gates.
at
Yeah.
night.
Oh, maybe they close it at night. Okay, but yeah, I mean, think
I wanted
about
to see
that.
it.
Like, I'm sitting here like, why are people bitching about me building a big garage when a higher end neighborhood has this massive garage? Like, and they're like, oh, it'll disrupt the aesthetics of the community. I'm like, dude, first of all, that's totally an opinion, because I think that giant garage in the other community looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like
right?
I see that and I'm like, that is badass. That looks amazing. So, Dan, I chose
Crazy.
to live in a poor neighborhood. I wouldn't exactly call us a poor neighborhood.
No. There is a house for sale like 2 or 3 miles from you that has its own airstrip and airplane hangar.
Wow.
You're serious?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's
much
only
is
like
that?
2 million. Yeah,
Oh, only.
only.
Jeez.
But if you're getting a whole hangar and an airstrip, I mean,
Dan, I'm the president of HOA where I live. When we get a threat of a lawsuit from a homeowner, we roll over. I suggest you do the same. I mean, that's the thing. If I really push it, they don't have the money to fight a lawsuit. Like I saw
Yeah.
their budget. It's not a large budget. It's a very small HOA. It's 31 homes. They don't want that.
I had one with 16 fight back. They were gonna just levy everyone to pay millions and millions of dollars.
You're kidding.
Nope. It's part of the reason I'm in Texas.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, that's one thing that drives me nuts. I'm like, we're in Texas and we're in rural Texas.
Yeah,
Which
in
is
the middle
like,
of nowhere.
you're supposed to be able to do whatever the hell you want out here. That's the whole reason people move to the middle of nowhere, Texas. That's part of the reason we moved to middle of
Right.
nowhere, Texas. We're like, we want to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And like, when you talk to the people who live here, they all feel that way. So, and like the only reason people ever say anything about like HOAs or denying stuff is like preservation of value. And I'm like, that's such a nebulous bullshit thing to say. Like,
Yep.
you really, honest to God, are trying to fabricate that my garage is going to affect the value of your home.
My favorite is trash bins. You mean to tell me trash bins on the side of my house are going to lower the value of everyone's house?
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
I hate
The
that shit.
funny thing is, like, trash bins are not supposed to be outside or they're supposed to be obscured from view.
Yeah.
And the problem is they didn't really build anywhere to put them. And so everyone in the neighborhood just leaves them out.
I
Like
like it.
everyone's just like, whatever, man. I don't know where to put them here. They're just out in the driveway. So
Yep.
we started doing the same thing. Technically, if I were to sue the HOA, I could
Yeah.
be kind of suing myself. It's not really. It's kind of like it's like if you sued your own city, right? You're paying taxes to the city, so you're
Yeah.
kind of suing yourself, but it's being distributed across lots of people. And
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you sue the HOA, you're indirectly suing all of the members of the HOA, which means all of your neighbors are going to hate you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I really don't want to go there.
Yeah, Ricky, I'm one of the people that uses my trash bin to obscure the McLaren so that people don't see it.
There you go.
Yeah. No.
Reverse psychology there.
Yeah.
Oh, Kate, we got to get Casey on live. We can wear a Richard Nixon mask or something.
Yeah, right. Gabe, you have a coolant leak?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Any suggestions on how to track down a coolant leak?
On what type of
Um,
car?
Just my Miata, spec Miata.
Oh,
I drove it for the first time because it's not street legal, but I took it out on the road,
Yeah,
like
you know.
just up and down, and got it up to third or fourth gear. And I knew it had a leak, but when I got back, it smelled very sweet, like syrupy.
oh yeah.
So, but it's not like dumping coolant.
Is there coolant on the ground?
Like it's so I think yeah, there's a small little puddle. It forms kind of in the back of the engine, but it's
Okay.
kind of hard to get back there. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's not the head gasket, a blown gasket.
I mean, do you see any white smoke?
No white smoke. The oil
Any
cap.
exhaust smell?
No.
And there's nothing like your oil isn't like chocolate milk.
Well, I gotta change the oil because the oil cap there's like that milky residue inside.
Yeah,
So-
from your video, it didn't look like it was a head gasket, but it's a video, so it's not
Yeah.
clear. You said on a dipstick it's clean?
Dipstick
Just-
was fine.
Just like
yeah.
dirty oil?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
That could just
an
be
oil
blow
change.
off. If it's getting milky at the top of the
Yeah,
cap.
because it had been started a lot, and it was outside in New England all winter, and it had
Oh.
been started a few times.
Yeah, get rid of that oil.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, I just haven't.
It's probably full of water.
Yeah. And then there's some. I think there's a valve cover gasket leak, just a little bit of leakage around the.
Try,
around there, so-
just see if they're loose. So just, give it a little, if you get like a quarter turn, then just tighten them down a little bit, see if that glistening
nuts, yeah.
disappears. It's probably not terrible from the video. Again, it didn't look like it was pouring out, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 5'8", so I'm plenty of room in the Miata.
What? I'm taller than you?
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like all right. by only an inch though.
On Dan's scale, I'm 5'9", I guess.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. So oil change, I'll do that, and then I'll see what the oil looks like.
You said that they're known to have that little thing in the back.
The leak in the back, I just can't tell if it's coming from there. It's called the cursed water plug. It's just this little plug, but it's not dripping from there. But it's hard to see back there. Like you got to take a bunch of stuff out. So
Try getting either a scope you can pick up with it.
I just
Cheap
got a
scope.
one of the, like a telescopic mirror.
Well, you could look with a mirror, right? But you could also get like a cheap scope that has a probe that's lighted.
Oh yeah,
You can-
borescope.
borescope.
Okay.
And then
You
you
can get
can
one for
actually
like
look.
$50 on Amazon.
Yeah, I just got delivered today.
Yeah.
It was like 60
Oh, you
bucks.
bought one?
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just bought one.
They're
It
super
came,
handy.
it came at the end.
Yeah.
You didn't have that fear with your car though. So.
Well, no, not
No,
that
not so
in
much,
regard, but
yeah.
I figured it might be a good tool to have.
I
just
had
in
I had
the
to
Okay.
put this
Yeah.
up because like I was laughing. I was talking to my neighbors, and arguably the one neighbor who's the most impacted by my garage is the neighbor to the one side of my house, because my driveway is, really close to their house, and that's the side of the house that the garage will be built at. And so I talked to them about the garage. I'm like, do you care? And blah blah blah. And they're like, no, absolutely not. And it was funny because they're really cool. I like my neighbors to that side of my house. They're very, very nice. And the one guy was like, we found out that two of the architecture board are retiring or leaving their position, and so there's gonna be two positions, and the two of us were like, we should totally go for it. So we're gonna try. He's like, I'm gonna nominate myself. He's like, I'm gonna do it just so I can approve your garage.
Nice.
I'm like, dude, I like
There you
you. I will definitely buy you a 12-pack.
Yep. There's Miller Lite in your future, sir.
Oh yes, you will get some
Shitty
Miller Lite.
beer galore.
Yeah, and some burgers or something, man. I will gladly hook you up.
I love it.
So conversion stuff, I guess we should talk about. I think this is my prediction, knock on hard object. There is a greater than 90% chance that the car will be driving tomorrow.
Woohoo.
I think. I think I'd say it's a greater than 50% chance that we'll be 100% done tomorrow.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to button it up regardless of if it's
Yeah.
driving, the fuse is staying off, the under tray is staying off, and the upper center console staying off, and I'm just going to drive the balls out of it. And then adjust it because everything stretches and settles
Yep.
in. It's probably going to have to be adjusted a couple times. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, if we can get to that point, I'd be happy as a pig
I
and
think
shit.
Yeah.
for sure. I think 95% chance we'll get to that point.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you don't, big deal. You just do it.
Well,
the
it'd be
next-
nice to have that
And
out of the
honestly, that-
garage
Yeah.
And
Sure,
honestly,
okay.
that would have happened today.
if we had the cables.
If we had cables, we were looking for stuff to do. So we repaired the straps in the frunk. I used kids' belts from Walmart to do that instead of buying Ferrari parts. And we dicking around with that, and we cleaned everything, which is I'm happy that we did that. But we
Oh, yeah.
didn't need to do that to finish the job. We could have done that whenever. So like we could have got the cables in today and probably futzed with the adjustments and had it running today if we had them. They just came today.
Yeah, the cables just arrived today, so we gotta go pick them up from EAG.
So Art could have made cables, but he
Yeah.
had a delivery of OEM spec cables that he had ordered, and they just came in today, and he wants to use my car as the first test bed to make sure that they're good. So
Yeah, that's the thing is like we're trying to get like anytime they have a new prototype or whatever, a new part or something like that, they want to put it on a car that's actually going to get driven.
Yep.
And someone who's willing to like give feedback.
Yeah.
It's like because the problem is like a huge number of these people are converting the cars and immediately selling it. Right? Like they don't actually want the car, they just want to make some money. And that doesn't help you when you're trying to improve the product, right? You need that feedback. And it needs to be positive feedback. It can't just be someone who gets pissed off and butthurt because like they gotta understand like this is a learning process. Like there's still hammering out the details. Now, granted, on the 430s and stuff, it's pretty much like rock solid. They've done it so much.
Yeah, he just
Yeah.
wants to make sure the supplier did the right thing,
Right.
and the product is good. He
Right.
worked
So this is the
details
first
out.
time with these new cables.
Yeah.
So, and the reason they had to switch to these cables is they can't get cables from Ferrari anymore. It's like, it's funny is everything that you like, pretty much, I would say within 1 to 2 years, there will be 0 products in a conversion kit that are sourced from Ferrari. Like nothing. They're working their way out of it because it's so unreliable.
I didn't realize they were buying cables from Ferrari for their
Yeah,
first
because like
matches.
that was one of the, like, if you think about it, the cables on those cars wear out. They don't last forever. So it's one of those parts that actually Ferrari keeps producing because they need to make it, because there's 1,500 plus Ferrari F430s, and I think there's like 4,000 or 5,000 360s that need those cables. So the chance of those wearing out, I'm sure they're selling a couple hundred a year.
Hugh, we did the 10th video today, so tomorrow will be 11, and hopefully it's done at 11.
Yep. Hopefully this will be it.
Nice.
Which is, I actually thought it was gonna be closer to 20.
I thought it was going to be over 20.
Yeah.
That's why I kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be about 20 videos, and I think we're gonna be at 11 or 12.
Maybe a wrap-up video,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
adjustment
Well, actually,
videos
so
on it.
11 will probably be finalizing it, and then you got to have like a video of just driving it and beating the shit out of it.
Right.
So
Oh yeah.
12 videos.
12. That's always a fun last
Absolutely.
video.
Yeah,
Lots
you
of
got to
good
have
videos.
that video. You got to have the celebratory video of just flogging it, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Did you want to
Oh.
say everything else you did around the conversion?
We talked about all the additional stuff
Okay.
in the videos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
But no, we could talk about it in this. It's because
Yeah.
some of it's really interesting. Like we did way more than just a conversion. A
So
lot.
engine mounts were toast. One fell apart when we took it out. Transmission mount was pretty much toast, and it was a total bitch to get out and get in. Actually, it was easier to get out than get in because we cut it. We completely removed the F1 pump, accumulator, all that hardware, all the cables, hoses. Removed the EDIF cables, hoses. We blocked off all but the solenoid valve on the EDIF because we just couldn't get it out. So we just abandoned it in place. It was, water, oil tight, so it was there. TCU came out. We just wired in shift lights. So I got these shift lights that are run on a module from Scudding Swiss, who also did the EDIF delete
Yep.
that I purchased from him. And they work with lights made by this company in Australia. So they're not they're not in the steering wheel like a 458. They're going to be right on the steering wheel,
The clamshell.
the clamshell, right where the VIN number is, right behind the VIN number. What else did we do?
Full exhaust.
A full exhaust.
Wait,
So headers all the way back to an X pipe.
Wait, sorry, I was reading comments when you talk about the shift lights. So it's explain how they work. It's
So
they go up with the
They-
revs.
yeah,
just like the
they look just like the ones in the steering wheel
Yeah.
of the 458. Same colors and everything. It's just that it's a module that you double side tape put right onto the clamshell, and it gets wired into a module that plugs into the OBD port. So
That's cool.
Oh,
it's a workaround.
Josh is here.
oh yeah.
What are you
I
doing?
don't think my internet's good enough.
Hey, Josh.
It's better than the last time you were away.
Yeah, right. Josh, can you hear us? Nope.
No.
No, he can't hear us.
It has 13,000 miles, Ricky.
You can hear me?
We can
Yeah,
hear
we can
you.
hear you.
Okay, my video is just not. It's struggling hard. I'm gonna switch to tether to my phone and see if that helps.
Okay. Live from his prison.
Yeah. It did look kind of interesting in there, like a spaceship or something.
Man, so it's been a fascinating project because it's definitely you definitely would want to do this with 2 people.
Sometimes
Like-
3.
Sometimes
yeah,
3.
sometimes
Ah,
3.
Yeah,
The
occasionally
rear
3.
bumper is good to have 3.
The rear bumper is good for 3 just because it's nice.
So we
Um,
pulled the rear bumper, which isn't the way that it's designed in the Bible, but it's the way EAG does it, and the transmission comes out the bottom, not out the top. And by taking the rear bumper, you can actually remove the rear hood latch and get that out of the way. It gives you another 6 inches of belly room to lean over and do. So I think it's a more work, but it's probably the better way to do it. And to answer Ricky, 13,000 miles is not bad for the engine mounts. It's about age. It's not about the mileage. And then while we were in there, we also did a clutch, throwout bearing, and a pilot bearing too. And the clutch was awesome, and the flywheel was in great condition. It was just that we're in there, might as well do it. So
Yep.
I heard thunder.
Yeah, it's
Josh.
about to get shitty here.
Yeah, I heard some serious thunder.
and wait till you see how we got the throwout bearing out. It was very entertaining. Red.
Rob bearing?
Not the throwout bearing, the pilot bearing. I
Oh, the
apologize.
pilot bearing. Yes,
Yeah.
the pilot
Yeah.
bearing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, anyone who's seen our Instagram or Facebook knows what we're talking about.
I-
Did you see that?
I mean, I follow everything on your social media. I don't remember.
Ricky got it.
Yeah,
Red.
Brad.
Oh, that yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's nuts. When you were telling me that, I was like, no fucking way.
That bread.
I was like, Dan had seen it before, so he knew it would work, and I understand the principle of it. But I'm like shaking my head. I'm like, really?
Well, it was funny. It's we're like, well, we can either do the grease gun or we can do the bread method. And I got vetoed because I'm like, let's do bread. And they're like, no, we should do grease. I'm like, no, I think we need to do bread. And so we did grease first. Totally
And made a
didn't work.
mess. Total
Totally
mess.
Made it a total disaster. And so I'm like, I'm getting the loaf of bread. And they're like, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm like, it's gonna work. You watch, and
It worked great.
worked
It
amazing.
really did, man. I would go to that.
thing ate a lot. It ate a lot of bread for sure.
Dan actually bought a custom puller for it, so the next time he does it, it will just. He's got
Yeah.
the tool, and it's the right way to do it. But if you're in a pinch, it works great.
Oh, I like this question.
Sourdough.
Any input on how the EAG kits have a stiff gate feel, as mentioned on current Ferrari chat posts? Yeah, those people are a bunch of pussies. They need to shift harder. Sorry. No, it's breaking in. It's brand new parts. They haven't been worn in. They need to
Yeah.
shut the fuck up and just deal with it. Like, drive the car.
Yeah,
Break
just
it
drive
in.
it. It's a 0 mile
Yeah.
part on your 13,000 mile car.
Yeah, and also they're using better tolerances, so stuff's going to be a little bit tighter because you want it to be. You don't want a sloppy shifter. Like, you don't want it feeling like loosey goosey. That's going to be annoying.
Yep.
Sorry.
And it would rattle, and you don't want that either.
Yeah, right. Like, that's jiggling, like shaking. Then they're gonna bitch about that. So it's like you can't win either way.
Yep.
Now, part of it is they use different parts. They're using glass infused nylon. The OE parts are plastic, so the plastic wears out really fast and gets loose really quick, but then it falls apart.
Yep.
And EAG went with durability over over that, right? So they really wanted it to be lasting a long time. So it is what it is. Like it's literally there's a couple pieces in the box, in the shift box, that are made out of glass infused nylon. OE are plastic, and so they wear like you have like a metal shaft in a plastic bushing, and the plastic bushing just wears out.
Yep.
What was that?
Josh, are those your dogs?
No, I'm not. I'm not at home. The dogs are not here.
I know you're not at home. But, okay.
Where are you at now?
I'm at a hotel right now.
Which state?
Yeah.
Oh, right now I'm in Bentonville, Arkansas. We
Oh.
we were in Branson, Missouri for the last couple days.
Branson.
So
that's
you're in
one.
the
Yeah.
home of Walmart, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
Okay.
yeah. We
Did you
went
go
to Silver Dollar City, like the theme park there.
Yep.
Took the
Did you do any
kids to
shows
spring
in
break.
Branson?
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
They're pretty hilarious.
Yep.
It's fun though. I'd never been up there. It's cool checking out the Ozarks and the lakes and all that stuff.
I can't win. I can't win. Lord.
I've missed out on pretty much the entire conversion though. I'm a little bummed about that.
I was about to say we're gonna have to do another one. You're gonna have to learn it all.
I'll do
Yep.
the whole thing. I'll do the whole thing on the next one.
You're gonna do the whole. Okay.
Oh, we got witnesses. You got 100
Yeah.
witnesses.
You
I'm
don't
not
have to twist
scared.
my arm.
I'm not scared.
Honestly, it's not that bad. It's really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when we started, we told our we both were like, okay, look, we've got a lot of time. We don't have to rush. We need to make sure we don't get frustrated. Just take it chill, take
Yeah.
our time, and try our best not to get pissed off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and so we have we've just there's been a few moments where we cursed out some stuff or when those bolts stripped out we're like but every time something really annoying would happen we'd be like okay, it's okay, we've got time, we'll just
Nice.
let's solve the problem, let's solve it right.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
oh, the red 360, it's actually we don't have it listed yet, right?
I was waiting for EAG to fine tune the shift. Remember, it had
Yeah,
some
yeah.
trouble with third. Did you drop it off over there yet, or
Yep.
is it still at your house?
No, it's at EAG right now. They're gonna have it fixed next week.
Okay. So I did a video actually. I reviewed the car, and I took pictures and have an ad ready for it. So as soon as we get it back and it's ready to go, we'll list
Nice.
it.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, it's so clean.
It's very clean.
It's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Is that the one that you texted me about, Josh, way back when? Like
Yes.
pre-conversion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You should have bought
Yeah.
this car. Actually, no. It ended up needing a decent amount of work.
Now you should buy this car.
I think
Yeah. Now
I think a lot of the stuff he did to it, it wasn't necessary though.
no, it was one of those where he just did an open checkbook, do everything on it.
Yeah.
So now it's not only is it stupid clean,
Yeah.
everything's been done. I mean,
It
everything.
feels so tight and just perfect when you're driving it. Like if you've driven a lot of older cars, you kind of feel the differences between
Yeah.
a lower and a higher mile one. It feels
But,
super
he
tight.
wants
It's just-
an open
Yeah.
checkbook price for it.
Yeah.
Probably, so.
He wants a
Yeah.
lot.
He
Yeah.
wants a lot.
So
Yeah.
I think to the right person though, it'll be a good deal and it'll be an okay car and it's ready to go anywhere and they won't have to do anything to it.
mhm.
Yeah. We still have the 355. 355 has not sold yet. We're starting to get a couple of sort of serious offers. We still have the Huracan. We still have the 456. I ordered some parts to hopefully fix that. Still got the the GT 500.
Yeah.
Actually, so I need to do a video on it now that I got the new tires. Dude, it's
That thing leaves
hilarious.
like 200-foot long burnout trails. It's ridiculous.
Nice.
Dude, we had all three of us in the car after coming back from lunch, and I did a launch from a stop sign, and it's just leaving rubber the entire way.
Holy shit.
It was so cool. The first time I drove it after putting on the new tires, Steven was behind me in his truck, and he's like, "Dude, you launched it, and I saw the rubber coming on the road." And he's like, "At first, I thought, oh, that's coincidental. Dan's driving over someone else's tire track." And then he's like, "Wait a minute, that's from Dan's car." And he said it was like, all right, it's 50 feet, then 10 feet of nothing, then 10 feet of really dark rubber, and then another 100 feet of kind of lighter rubber,
Oh my
and
God.
then 10 feet of nothing,
My
and then
gosh.
another 10 feet of really dark rubber, and then 300 feet of light rubber. And he's
Yeah.
just like, holy shit.
He left rubber on every shift all the way up to fourth gear.
Wow.
Yep.
And the initial one was the heavy one until the traction control kicked in, right? So that it slowed it down a little bit, but it still was leaving rubber for 50, 60 feet until the next shift. It was over 300 foot of rubber that first time that he did it. It was like,
And I bet you weren't even full throttle, right?
no.
That was maybe
Pretty close.
full throttle.
Okay.
Sometimes full throttle. but it
Okay.
was still with traction control on, which totally changes. I've launched it now without traction control, and it's just stupid.
Yeah.
I really like that car.
Tyler, you're right on that.
Yeah. Someone asked if we saw the Roma Spider, and it makes it look more like a freaking F-Type.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Wait,
Did that just come out
The
today?
Roma Spider?
Yeah, they announced
They
it today.
just
Oh, I
came
haven't
out.
even seen it yet.
I'm looking it up now.
Is laying rubber a ticket? I mean, yeah, it's like exhibition driving or something, right?
But
I don't know.
rural Texas, so hey.
I mean, yeah, you do it on some roads where there's no one around, so you know. Oh, someone was asking about the 328. I know it's not fast and requires maintenance, but I love the Magnum PI, so I'm a fan of the way it looks. I honestly don't know all that much about the 328. We have not.
A lot of
owned them yet.
people love them.
They're
People
supposed to
love
be
them.
better than the 308s as far as reliability.
I think
Like, I would
I think
rather
it's a
have-
nostalgia car for a lot of people.
Yeah, you're not buying it. It's like the 355. You're not buying it thinking, "Oh, I'm so fast and I'm, gonna go win racing." It's like, no, you're buying it because you just want to have a cool, nostalgic, beautiful car.
Yeah.
Actually, the maintenance I've heard that people say the maintenance on the 328s aren't that bad, as long as you stay on top of it, right? So I mean, it needs belt services, but the belt service you can do with the engine in. Because it's transverse mounted, so you don't have to you can get in through like the fender wells. But yeah. Oh,
I like where Travis's head is. Not laying a rubber as a ticket.
yeah, right. That's under the Josh Hill. Don't be a bitch.
Yes.
I have not driven a GTO. I would love to. Does the 308 come with some high riding shorts and a hairy chest? You gotta grow that yourself. You gotta. you need to be Italian stallion for it. By the way, there's
There
some
you go.
serious thunder now.
Yeah, it's almost here.
Oh, it's wet out there now. Okay, but it's not raining real hard. We have not seen Venon here in a long time. I mean, okay, he's not part of my company. what do you want me to say about that? You haven't seen a Stu in a while. I mean, he's a friend. He comes on when he can. People's lives are busy. Are the prices of 48 pistas coming down or still sky
I've kind
high?
of noticed they've come down a little bit.
Come down a little. They're still pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like those cars aren't going to devalue that much. I mean, they are a really, really good car.
Yeah, they're a really good car.
Like everyone I know who owns one is just like, it's incredible.
Yep. That fancy purple one with the fading
The
stripe
fading stripes
is
that's
$500,000.
Awesome.
Yeah, that thing.
Jeez.
Sick.
It has fading stripes, and then the interior has embroidery on the seats that fade also to match it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
freaking
sick.
sweet.
Sometimes it's hard to think about those cars or see them because I just want them so bad. It's
Yep.
like just
And I
You
also
just have
they're,
to
so,
come to
they're
the-
so intoxicating.
yeah.
You just have to
Well,
be
you gotta
okay
come
with
plan.
never being able to buy one.
Well,
Yeah.
I never say never. I
You'll
think,
get
but,
one.
but certainly not anytime soon.
Yeah. I need a different
think-
mindset to be driving $500,000.
I mean, you have to
I'm like-
consider it possible.
I'm like
If I
twice your
had the
age.
money to buy
before I
that
owned a
car,
Ferrari.
though,
What, Dan?
I said I was like twice your age when I finally bought a Ferrari.
No, you weren't.
Almost.
You were. How old were you when you first bought? 30,
30,
33?
6 or 5,
Okay.
37, somewhere in there. What, like 6 years ago?
Well,
6
it's
years
been
ago. I
longer than
think.
6 years, hasn't
It
it?
was 7 years ago now.
Yeah, it's got to be
Well, I
longer
was
than
not-
6 years.
7 years ago. 7 years ago, I was 35.
all right. Well, I was
Almost
not
twice your
17.
age.
I was not 17 and a half or 18.
Who doesn't want a Ferrari when they're 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Ugh.
Yeah, Nixter, you know what I mean. It's like,
Oh, I like this question. I'm trying to think now. Any good stories about Jocko?
that's right. All starts with a 360.
The problem is a lot of the Jocko stories need to come from Jocko's mouth.
He's just a story bank.
Like we need. Oh God. Okay, next time he gets on the channel, we need to have him tell the story about him trying to beat up the other race driver.
Yes.
That
Yes, we
story's
do.
hilarious. Imagine tiny little Jocko trying to get in a fist fight with another driver. That story's epic. I laughed my ass off at that one. Oh, his pick, yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
The one that's
Yes.
Yes.
I like the
What a
Colorado one
What a
better.
baller! Look at him.
I know.
Oh, the
And-
Colorado pick.
The funny thing is that one on Google, when you Google his name, that comes up, but there's some
Yes.
other
Yep.
two
Yeah.
other people in the
The
picture.
Colorado pick is in your WhatsApp media, Dan.
I'll have
I'm
to upload
I'm not
that.
remembering that
Yeah.
one.
That's gonna take me a while. I don't want to do that right now.
Fair.
You know what I do? I need another beer.
Yes.
Be right back.
Make
Oh,
it
man.
make it green.
No.
No. So, garage. The lights are in. It looks good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, some progress there. Lights
Uh,
are in, so I'm gonna put up just fiberglass bad insulation on the walls, and then
You're
I
gonna
just
do-
gotta.
You're gonna do that after the spraying.
Probably before. It's like it's so. I don't know. I just like I want to know I'm hiring someone good for spray foam, and because it's so expensive, it's gonna be like $8,000 just to do the ceiling,
Ooh.
and
Damn.
I gotta find someone I can trust, and I haven't found someone I can trust.
And then after it's in, are you gonna paint it all black? so it
That'll be painted
disappears?
black with the fire paint.
And then
It
you're
needs a
gonna
thermal
also-
barrier, and I'm not going to drywall the ceiling, so it'll do fire paint. And I have 2 suspended fans.
And then all the truss work is gonna get painted black too, so it disappears. all the
I mean,
wood?
I might do that, but in terms of aesthetics, I'm not worried about that. I just want it functional and heat, with a mini split.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
And then yeah, Ricky. I mean, you're welcome to check it out, Ricky. I don't go around, flaunting it, but
Was it? It's Orlowitz Racing, right?
no, it's my name, Gabe Orlowitz Racing. So yeah,
Gabe Orlowitz Racing.
this and hopefully more racing content this year. The first race is in May, and I'm hoping to have the car ready by then.
Oh, really? You're actually gonna like start legit racing?
Yeah, this year I have my competition license. I have the car now. I mean,
Yeah, heck
it's
yeah.
like
I
And I have-
encourage
yeah, the
this in so many
perfect car
ways.
for it.
That is awesome.
Like this car, it was like $6,000. So like even if
Nice.
something, if like it wouldn't be the end of the world if it.
Yeah.
No.
No, dude, that's I kind of
It's a
that's one
perfect
thing
car for that.
I'm enjoying about the Mustang is I'm like, even if I blow an engine, they're only like $4,000 or $5,000.
Yeah. And like Miata, obviously like they're super light, low horsepower cars, but if you're gonna go wheel to wheel racing on a budget and get into it, they're a great car for that because you're
Yeah.
always gonna be next to someone.
Dude, the tires are cheap as shit. Tire, all the consumables are cheap.
It was
Brakes, tires.
I mean, I don't know if I overpaid. It has a full cage. It's race prepped, so like a cage in and of itself, I think
Well,
you're
those
paying
are expensive.
several grand at least.
Yes.
So it's pretty much race ready. I just need to fix the
Exhaust.
Well, yeah, I gotta throw on a new exhaust, but even that's like $100. You can find
Nice.
an exhaust for $100.
Dude,
Coyote
go to
that
like
engine.
Muffler Man down the street and have him weld in a straight pipe
Right.
and call it good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good year. Oh yeah, the story about yeah, Nixter's talking about when I rented a Ferrari California in Austin. It was our second to last weekend living there, so I was like, I'm gonna go out with a bang. So my wife and I
So
rented a California.
I had to go back to this one because I saw
Okay.
it on the other side. The 550 is not a good conversion candidate because they are all manuals.
He wants it to be F1, damn it.
Yeah.
Can you convert it to F1?
So there's
we do have a
there's no-
575, which is the same car but a little better.
Yes. So the 550 is a good car. The 575 is a better car, but the 575 they only made I want to say like 100 of them or something in manual. It was very low,
Yeah.
very low numbers.
Right.
But that's why we're converting our 575 to a manual because it is a better car. So sorry to interrupt.
No, it's all good. Anyways, you can watch this story on my channel after, but I had a girl back into the rented Ferrari, California.
Yes.
And it was a Sunday morning. We had it for the weekend. I was like, we're gonna go out early. We were just getting coffee. There was no one on the road, and we were pulling out of this parking lot, and this girl just starts backing up, not in a place where you'd ever expect someone to back up, going out onto the road. And yeah,
Ooh, I like this question.
Yeah.
Best car for 150 to 165.
Converted 430.
650S.
Super
570.
Leggera.
That I would
Oh,
have
super-
a
yeah.
hard. That's a hard price range because there's a lot of cool cars.
There's a
for that
lot.
money.
Yeah.
570S.
570S.
Yeah.
If you could find a 570 Spider
There you go.
with
Yeah.
with the carbon stuff on it, that would be pretty cool.
I would rather do the 430 converted 430,
Yeah,
but it's gonna be tough to find one for that low.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
I think
pushing
I
it.
think you could get one for 150 now, pretty easily.
Not easily.
Eh,
Not easily, dude.
Not
we can't
easily,
even
but
find,
you-
we can't even find them like without a conversion for 130 right now.
yeah. True.
So I don't know.
I have a
There's-
Ferrari. I have a Ferrari. A couple Ferrari die-cast 1/18 scales that you could get for $50.
There you go. Yeah. I say it comes from Walmart. It's got a remote.
Yeah.
Got to charge it.
Yes. The purple piece. It's on Auto Tempest. It is.
Okay. But just go to Ferrari of Austin's site. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a freaking beautiful car.
Yeah. Oh, I've been reading your saga, Travis. I'm sorry to hear about your situation. What it was
S6. What do we? S6. I'm interested.
yeah. His car got whacked
Here.
while it was parked on the street.
Oh,
Someone,
no.
like, whacked it and it got totaled, and
Oh.
insurance has been being terrible to him, which
What?
is unusual because it's USAA,
Yeah.
and usually USAA is like on top of shit.
So what's
Um,
the problem? It got hit and they don't want to pay.
No, they want to. I guess they're just dragging their feet, or I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's unusual for USAA for the stuff that he's dealing with. So,
Hmm.
oh,
So you want to sell it? You want to sell it like damaged or something, so we can fix it, or what?
what is the car that you guys were most excited about driving and then most disappointed when you did?
My vote is for the C8.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
It's
you know
up there.
the funny thing about the C8 is when I first drove it, I was like, "This is great," and by the 5th time I drove it, I'm like, "Eh."
Yeah, I mean, I guess they talked about it, compared it to the Ferrari so much that I had in my mind it's going to drive like a Ferrari, right? And you get in it and you're like, yeah, it drives like a GMC truck.
Wow.
It sounds like one too. I mean, that's a little extreme. That's extreme, but
I'm trying to think of what car, like, was really disappointing.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That was like, ooh, I can't wait to drive it. I don't know. There's been a couple cars where I've been like, ooh, and then when I drove it, I'm like, ooh.
I kind of felt that way about the 355 too, to be honest.
Mm.
I can see that. I mean, it's
You get it hyped up, right? Because it's such a iconic car and people talk about it all the time and you see and hear about them. And then when you drive it, you're like, it's cool, but not as cool as I thought.
Yeah.
it's
You
just
know?
it's not a modern driving experience.
No.
Like, you have to set.
It feels like an old car.
Actually, dude, yes. Hugh reminded me. You know what car totally disappointed me is the 997, the Porsche 997 Carrera,
Okay.
the Carrera S that we had in Turo.
Yeah. Okay.
That car totally disappointed me.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh my god, Porsches are so great! They're so great!" And I drove it. I'm like, "This is not good. Like, it's so underpowered."
You're just not a Porsche person, Dan.
No,
It's
I'm not
okay.
at all. But I
I thought
like,
it was pretty good, and it was a 4S. It wasn't an S.
Okay, then even worse because it's even more expensive and it still was disappointing. It was so underpowered, dude. The
Mm.
355 has more power than that thing.
Well, I think those only a 997 NA car only has like 350 horsepower or something. It's not.
It didn't even feel like that.
Hmm.
It is, and everyone talks about the Porsche handling. Ah, I don't know. It just did not do it for me. I'm sorry, that car was not impressive to me. Now, on the same note, I would say like the 991.2 GT3 was pretty badass.
Hmm.
But no, I'm sorry, the 997 is not that great a car. It's not.
Have you driven a 997 turbo?
I have driven a 996 turbo. I have not driven the 997
Okay.
turbo.
Oh, Casey.
Casey.
I think my answer to that would be almost every Mercedes I've ever driven.
New one.
New, old, yeah.
I
Oh,
like the
there's
AMG GTR. I like
like
the
some-
GTR.
Well, yeah, I didn't
AMG
drive
stuff.
that one, but every
Steve's a
Mercedes I've
Mercedes
driven.
guy.
I am a Mercedes guy, but of vintage classic
Yeah.
The
Mercedes.
C63 was good.
Okay.
It was-
But
but it's
see, I didn't
like-
drive that one.
Yeah,
either.
you can't talk crap about Mercedes around Steve.
Well, I
He
just
is
did. So,
definitely-
Well, Josh likes them too, so I'm not the only guy here.
I don't know.
Oh.
Just the ones I've driven, and which isn't many,
No,
have just been like, I don't know.
I'm sorry. Porsches are so overhyped.
I drove Casey's GT3 the other day, and it was pretty awesome.
Nice.
Brand new
Really?
GT3. Yeah.
Just every time people hype them up, and I drive them, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just feel like for the same amount of money, there's just always better options. What are you listening to?
The rain.
Oh, I thought you
rain.
were listening to the
Trying
crickets.
to see if it was hailing or not.
Oh yeah, well.
We're in the middle of like a giant red cell here, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
I just saw the flash
Oh, is
behind
it
you.
getting
Yeah.
crazy out there?
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
tornado watches, all sorts of fun stuff.
So there was a good
almost
question,
over.
Dan. Which
Yeah, it's
did
almost
you
over.
like better, the F40 or the Diablo? I know the answer to that. but
Oh,
someone
F40.
asked.
Yeah.
No, the Diablo is horrible.
The Diablo sucked
Like
balls.
not even like. There's no sugarcoating. I'm sorry.
Really?
It's an absolutely terrible car, in every way. Don't. Okay, internet, calm down. I still want one.
Put down your
Bad-
pitchforks.
I still would absolutely kill someone for one, but it is a pile of crap. It is.
I wouldn't even want one. I have no desire to own
That was
one.
the
Oh,
first
no.
supercar I've ever sat in. When I was
No,
a kid.
I definitely want one. I want one bad. But I have a wicked sense of humor. I think it's hilarious to drive that car because it's so absurd. It's just like the entire time you're driving it, you're like, this is the stupidest thing ever. I love it.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, there you go. I would say any sort of like ultra luxury car is always disappointing to me.
Yeah.
Like Bentleys, Rolls Royces. I hate them.
I'd like to actually ride in one. Have you rode in one?
They're comfy, sure. It's like
Yeah.
riding on a it's like
Yeah.
riding on a lazy boy sofa.
Yeah.
With a whole lot of horsepower. I mean, they are powerful as shit.
Yeah.
Like super powerful. But they're just
Yeah, they don't have a
no-
tachometer. They have a power reserve.
Yeah, it's just not my style of car. Like it is GT to a new level, right? It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Josh,
drove that Diablo, and it was when he's like, "Do you want to drive it?" I was like, "Sure, I'll give it a try." And then I tried to get in it, and I couldn't get in it, and I was like, "Never
Oh,
mind,
no.
I'm good,"
Yeah.
because it's just so small inside. And he's like, "No, squeeze in here. You want to drive it?" I was like, "Fine." So it took me a minute, and I had to like finagle myself to fit in there. And then the pedals were so close together, I basically had one foot on the gas and brake and one foot on the clutch. It was terrible. The steering wheel's like right here.
dude, the Superleggera is spectacular car.
Yes.
It is. I absolutely adore the Superleggera.
And the more I look at it, the more I like the lines.
Yeah.
Better than Huracan.
I would rather have a Superleggera than a Huracan. 100%.
Yep.
100%.
I think I
Even
would
though-
too.
The Huracan's so much faster, more modern, more whatever, but I don't care.
Yeah,
It's-
even sitting in it, like, because I've driven the Super G, but not the Huracan yet, and just sitting in it, the Howard was like, even the inside is just boring.
Yeah, it's like
It's
It doesn't have the
it-
drama. Like,
it's even
no drama.
Too German,
yeah,
and it's kind of like they tried too hard.
yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I don't have any spiders. Actually, I shouldn't say that. One of my Mercedes is convertible.
Does your beard whip? He drives a bike though.
On the motorcycle, I actually have to put it. I have to keep it. I put a neck like a gator on it to keep it tight because it would be right, hitting me, almost covering my eyes.
That's funny.
Yeah, I adore the Super G. It's right up there with the Scuderia, like as some of my all-time favorite. Like if I had a dream garage, I would 100% have a Super G and a Scud parked next to each other all the time, because those things are they're just amazing cars. It's one of those cars that like you drive it and you're just like, I wouldn't change a thing.
Mhm.
Like I absolutely love this. Well, correction, you have to put exhaust on the Super G. The stock exhaust is boring as hell, and same thing on the Scud. The stock exhaust is it's actually not bad on the Scud, but you can do so much better. So if I had a dream garage,
Oh.
How many
Damn.
millions do we want to
Sick
talk
burn.
fired. Pew, 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 pew. That was not nice at all. Yes. Pop quiz. Why do they call convertibles spiders?
I feel like I knew this at one point.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Nope.
I've heard this, I swear, but I don't know.
And some companies spell it SPY and some spell it SPI.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Fry's also got aperta.
Aperta, yeah. Does that
Although
mean
aper-
spider in Italian?
No,
No, I think it
aperta
means
is usually
open,
like
probably.
usually like a roadster, right?
It probably means open, I would guess.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
something like that. I love you, Dan.
All right.
Well, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I don't know what aperta is versus spider.
It means open
Yeah.
in
Open.
Italian. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the apertas are usually like no convertible top, right?
Mhm.
Although
I
the
don't know.
the 458
Speciale.
Speciale
Aperta.
Aperta
Yeah,
is
that
a
was a hard.
convertible.
Yeah.
No, I think
That I don't know. Fry's just like, we use whatever we want.
Ferrari.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. It means sugar daddy in Italian.
yeah, and then 16 16M. Do they even say 16M Spider? I think it's just 16M.
Oh, poor Casey is so sad.
Aw.
Casey, do you even own a 997 anymore? I don't think you do. Loper has one, but I don't think Casey has a. I know he's a Porsche guy.
He doesn't have a 997. He's just defending Porsche.
You did, so why
Yeah.
do you care?
You know it was bad.
You know
That's
it
why
wasn't
you don't
bad.
have it anymore.
I didn't think the 997 is a bad car.
I didn't say it was bad. I just thought
Cashbags,
it was
Casey.
disappointing.
Yeah.
The question was, what car did you drive that was disappointing? And I was disappointed with the 987. Like, I admit I haven't driven a turbo and I haven't driven a GT3. I would like to, but I care. I've hurt Casey's dreams.
Aw.
Someone asked about Aston Martins, and I don't have a lot of experience with it, but they're beautiful. They have
See, Cheryl.
terrible depreciation.
Hey,
rate.
Cheryl.
But as far as like handling wise, the big V12s seem to be boatish, although
Yeah.
tons of power. But the V8 Vantage, I was actually impressed with how it handled. It was a little underpowered though. So
I mean, I think the Astons look beautiful, but they are not ever going to perform that great.
I love Astons for the record.
I'm glad we have a difference of opinions on things.
variety.
Yeah, hey, it's good to disagree with people and have a civil discourse about it. You know, I do not get angry when you ask me about Porsches. To be clear,
Impassioned.
oops, there. Yeah, I don't get angry. I think there is a lot of Porsche hype,
Lotus.
huh?
Lotus said, "I love British cars," and I pointed to Tyler because that's all he owns is British cars.
Yeah.
True.
Nixter, I've actually had several 996s over the years. I actually had it. My first 911 was a 99 Carrera, and I did a bunch of stuff to it and did the IMS bearing and all that. I love the cars. They're good value for the money, I think.
Oh, here you go. Oops. Yep,
I
there
had
it is.
that. I had 2 or 3 Carreras, and then I had a turbo.
What's my opinion on the CGT versus 918?
Yeah, both just.
I'd
eh,
take the
right?
CG. I'd take the Carrera GT.
I think I would too. I think the 19 is ugly. But actually, I think the CGT is ugly too, but I think it sounds amazing.
I think, yeah, but
It's so ugly. It's
CGT
cool
is just
though.
badass though.
But that rear wing is the dumbest looking wing
Oh, it's
I've
terrible.
ever. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not spending $1 million on a thing that's got like a box that comes up. It looks like a cardboard box that sticks up out of hydraulics. And it's like, no, sorry, I can't. Sorry.
Yep.
Hugh, the Ferrari SUV looks like a Mazda.
Yeah,
It
that
does.
was so funny seeing that meme. float
Absolute.
around.
The worst thing.
It's so true.
That's like the worst thing Ferrari's ever done after the Mondial.
You're gonna make Casey mad.
Why? Is he like the Mondial?
No, he's
Oh,
a,
he's
No,
on the list.
Got him. Yeah.
I'm just on Casey's shit today. All right. Poor Casey. Man.
I'd go turbo, Nick, only because the turbo doesn't have the issues the naturally aspirated 3.4 and 3.6 engines had.
Yeah, isn't it? The turbo is a
The-
totally different engine. It doesn't
The
have
turbo is the same engine they used in the GT cars in Le Mans and all that, just detuned and whatever. So you could get a GT3 996 has that same engine, or the turbo has it with the twin turbo. Obviously, I'd go for
And-
one of those.
There's guys doing 996s with like aftermarket turbos and shit, like crazy horsepower.
Oh,
right?
I mean, I had my 996 turbo was like 700 wheel horse.
See, now
I
that's
had the-
badass.
Bigger turbos on it. Had big intercoolers. It was tuned. It had an intake. It had
Probably
a bunch
took,
of
like-
stuff.
Probably took a week to spin up.
Yeah, it was like 4,000 RPM when it would kick in.
Nice.
But man, it was stupid fast. It felt like a McLaren. It just was heavier and it's all-wheel drive, so it has different dynamics about it,
Yep.
but it was still really fast.
Wow.
It's like the 930 turbo. When I
Yeah.
drove that, it's the turbo lag is just atrocious.
And he's
Absolutely.
talking about the hoses on the turbo. You're talking about the coolant lines. Yes, they've come out, and I took my engine out of mine and I pinned all of them.
Wow.
So on the 996, they had coolant lines that were held in with adhesive on the engines, which was stupid.
That's
so
worse
over
than
time,
McLaren.
yeah,
That's
over
worse than
time the
McLaren.
adhesive would break down and the coolant lines would pop off. So they weren't allowing those any car with those engines on the track unless your lines were pinned. So what you do is you drill a hole through where it couples, and you put a little set screw in there to hold it in place.
Hmm.
Put some Loctite on it, but you got to pull
I-
the engine to do it.
See, that's the kind of stuff that drives me nuts because all the Porsche guys will ignore all those things.
Oh yeah, they do, and
They're
they
like-
have
they're like-
problems just like every other car.
They're like, no, nothing ever goes wrong with these Porsches. And then like like, but those Ferraris are so unreliable and constantly need work. And I'm like, tell me again about your 996. And it's just like, come on, you guys are selectively choosing
Yeah.
what to remember actually breaks on these
No, I
It's a
cars.
will give it to
mechanical thing.
Porsche, like on a 996 or whatever. There's a lot of high mile ones out there, so you can put a lot of miles on
Sure.
them, and they're fine.
But now everyone's like talking about the engine scoring all these Porsches and stuff. And like inherently it's a flawed design engine to put the cylinders flat. Like
Yeah.
it's not ideal for lubrication, for heat dissipation, for all those things. And like Porsche spent the last like 60 years trying to engineer their way beyond the limitations of a stupid design. And to be fair, they've done a pretty good job. And same thing with putting the engine in the back of the car. They're like, hey, this is physics terrible, like absolutely stupid idea, but we're going to design our way past it. And they've done it to their credit. But I just feel like, let's start with like, I don't know, like better things. That's actually, what, that really was the most solidifying thing for me of why I am not a Porsche fan, was when I tracked my brother's GT3. Amazing car, super, super, super fun on the street. On the track, absolutely terrifying and horrible. Even though it's fast as shit, it does not feel right. The physics are totally fucked up on that car. It does not make sense. And versus like you get in a 430, 458, 488, whatever, and it feels natural. It feels right on the track. Like the balance is there. You can feel it in your ass. In the Porsche, your ass is numb. You can't tell what's going on with the car.
So it's unpredictable.
Yeah, because the weight is in the wrong spot. So that's my opinion on that. Oh my god. I'm sorry, Casey. I really like you. I could talk awesome about your amazing Ferraris, Casey.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have some ridiculously awesome Ferraris.
Yes, you do. One that you hopefully bring to Austin. Wink, wink.
Oh, yes. My opinion is totally incorrect. Based on my, I don't know, 200 different model cars I've driven now. Like, that's one thing you got to consider is I've driven, I don't know, almost everything you can think of now. I've driven it. And I've tracked a lot of these cars, too. So... what's that?
There's a lot of comments. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up in the comments. Sorry. For 30K, that's not true. My my GT 500 was about 30K. I don't think it's a really good track car though. It's a want to kill you car. It's
It's a drag strip car for sure.
yeah.
It's a runway car.
I would be terrified to put that on a road course. It would be terrifying.
Test your
Is that
skills.
For 30K, I'd get a Cayman though for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Caymans are cool. Yeah.
Is there a wrestling match happening in your hotel room?
I was about to say, what is that?
Josh.
What's
all of
that?
Josh's kids. Your kids, Josh, are they wrestling?
They're in the other room.
Oh,
Wow.
It's
Mike
gotta
is
be-
sensitive.
yeah, I guess so. Rear engine cars
Let me shut the
drive
door.
different and terribly.
No opinions here, folks. None at all.
I mean,
I mean,
it's not as good as physics. It's really not.
Yeah.
The 2011 Porsche GT3 with the 4-liter flat 6 Metzger engine in the GT3 RS. I have not driven the 2011 GT3 RS. I've driven the 991 GT3, 991.1 and the 1.2 GT3s. I've driven 996s of various types, a couple 997s. I have not driven the what's the one after the 930, the air cooled, the last air cooled. It's the 9 whatever it is.
Yeah.
I have not driven that one, but I'm sure that the 997 GT3 RS is probably a lot better than the 997 Carrera 4S that I drove. I'm sure it's better. But that's the problem with Porsche, right? Like, they're the same car, but one's totally different than the other, and I hate that. Like, because you don't. I feel like when you're talking in the Porsche world, unless you talk about the 911 Turbo or the GT3 or the GT3 RS or the GT2s, they're all crap. Like, everything else is crap. You know, like
Or some of the aftermarket, like Singer.
what the hell is all that? Is that Josh?
It
They
must
had
be. You should.
I'm gonna go close the door.
Sorry,
I'm about to mute your
I had to
ass.
close the door. They're watching TV in the other room and it's loud. Sorry.
Has anyone driven a Singer? Those are
No.
sick.
Yeah, I have not.
It's a cool
I haven't seen
concept.
one in person.
Yeah. Best amazing daily
Mm.
driver.
It's got to be amazing.
Just way too many parameters there for
Yeah.
amazing at what?
Amazing at daily driving than a Tesla.
Yeah, I would say Tesla for a daily driver.
Yeah.
Amazing as in it performs really well and can be daily driven. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of undefined there.
Yep.
Too vague. Have you guys ever thought about buying 430s, converting them, selling that way? Absolutely, yes. Yeah, that's part of our business plan actually for this year.
You just need to find 430s.
Yeah. Step one, 430s.
Yeah.
They're really hard to find right now, and also getting some conversion kits.
Step 2, kits, and then away
So
we
do
go.
360s.
I wouldn't. Honestly, it sounds bad, but I wouldn't bother converting 360s to flip and make money because you're not going to make as much money.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
There's
360s
there's more OEM ones out there.
they don't
Unless
go
we
up.
got a car really cheap or something,
Yeah.
it wouldn't make sense to do it.
Yep, it just because the kit costs us the same, right? So however much we spend on the kit is going to cost us the same whether it's a 430 or a 360.
And the work is
the-
the same.
The work is the same, but the increase in value is larger on a 430 than a 360.
Right. You'd probably have to sell the 360 at cost of what you paid for the kit
Right.
as an increase.
You
right?
might not. You would probably not make any or very little money. Like if you spend, like if you convert a 360, you're maybe getting an increase by the cost of the kit. Maybe. If you convert a 430, you are getting more than the value of the kit increased in value.
That answers that.
Yep. So it just financially doesn't make sense.
Sebastian, I'm actually going to South Carolina, I think, on Monday and buying a 458 that
Nice.
we're
Yes.
going to have for sale. It's a real low mile, well optioned red tan 458.
I'm excited to see that
It's
one.
super, super clean, supposedly.
Yeah. Hopefully, right?
Nice.
You get
Yeah.
a trailer. Well, obviously you're trailering it back, right?
Well, I'm going to go out and look at it because it's a lot of money. And it's like every time we don't go and look at a car, it burns us. So we're
Yeah.
just not doing that anymore.
Yep.
Have
You
a
figure the cost of flights to spend
Yeah.
$2,000 to go look at a car worth
Yeah,
it
it's worth it.
to not get a pile of shit that comes at home and
Well, it's the
immediately-
difference between making a bunch or losing a bunch. And we have
Yeah.
to, throw a little money at it to make that determination. That's just the cost of doing
hell
business.
the car comes in and the tires are shit that costs $2,000.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
$2,000.
Yep.
Mhm.
It takes one thing on these cars to easily make $2,000.
Yep.
Dirt Flicks, yeah, you can convert a Gallardo. Similar process. Just all the details haven't been worked out yet.
people have done them, but they've done them OE style, where you buy new
Mm.
computers, they buy OE hardware, but there's no aftermarket conversions on them yet.
Ricky, we buy them from all over the place, but we either go and look at them or we have somebody we trust and know look at them for us.
Yeah, we got Fred in California.
Yeah.
Here-
East Coast covered with you guys. Yeah.
So this is the internet at work right here. People freaking out about rollbacks on these cars. It's like it drives me nuts. It's one of those things where it's like it's everyone thinks it's ubiquitous. Like, oh my god, every single Ferrari and Lamborghini and exotic car has a rollback, and it's like, no, it's not true. Especially on like the normal cars, it's really not that common. It does happen. There's easy to find signs of it. If you look at the car, you can usually, like, we've seen so many cars now, you can tell if that car's got 30,000 miles or 10,000 miles on it. I mean, just it's very obvious based on the wear patterns, the material condition, and stuff like that. So, I mean, Josh will be able to, when he sees the car, he'll know very, very quickly, oh, it's actually a 13,000 mile car, or no, it's a 30,000 mile car with a rollback. But
It's surprisingly easy to roll back an odometer.
I could roll back a car right now with my launch, no problem. It's
There are other places in the car though that will have that data. So if
I
you
can
know
roll
what to-
back that too, though.
If you know what to look for, you might be able to find some
Yeah,
stuff.
I can.
Yep.
I could do it so that you couldn't know, but why would I? Like
Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's first of all.
Well,
it's
the
like a
big thing
federal-
now is people are putting mileage stoppers on their cars. So basically, it stops the odometer from going, and then you just disconnect it when you're done, and go on about your day. The problem is the mileage is recorded in the transmission computers and the brake computers sometimes, and not in the odometer. So you just compare the mileages with the scan tool, and you'll be able to tell.
Yeah, all you have to do is check the TCUs.
Do you ever
usually.
hook up
Yeah.
the OBD reader into the cars you look at?
Absolutely.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, bring that launch with you when you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely. I think I haven't seen any Ferraris rolled back ever that I've seen, but I have seen like Audis and stuff like that rolled back.
Hmm.
I don't know how hard it would be on a Ferrari.
I mean, it's pretty easy.
We would never need to change an odometer unless maybe you have to replace the instrument cluster and reprogram
That's
the
it.
miles or something.
Yeah, the only
that
way
would be
we'd
the
ever
only
need-
reason. And even then, most of the instrument clusters now have to be coded to the car by the dealer, and so they'll do the odometer change for you.
Yeah. I mean, all you have to do is go into a launch and be like, change odometer.
The Galant, yeah, just put some electrical tape over the odometer. Don't worry about it.
Like you're doing, Steve. That was kind of surprising, that little hack
A little hack
for the gauge cluster in your
instead
video.
of unsoldering the
Well, that's interesting.
LED.
I haven't thought about that before. When I look at a car, I always look up the VIN number, put the mileage into VinWiki. I mean, the
Yeah.
only problem is like VinWiki's too sparsely populated to really be useful.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish more people would use VinWiki.
The problem is anything that's self-reported.
Yeah.
No one's got the time for that. It has to be automated. Blackout tape. Yes.
You just cover up the rightmost digits, and then you only have a couple on the left that go up real slow.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. Oh man. 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's been a long week. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, dude, it's been a ridiculous.
The bi-directional launch lets you code the modules and stuff, whereas the one way just lets you scan them and read them.
Mm.
So it's basically one is read and one's read write.
Yeah. You want a bi-directional if you're gonna buy one.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you're gonna spend the money, just do it.
Yep.
It's not that much more.
You still okay with McLaren trade-ins, just not looking to buy them? I mean, if someone wants to give us a great trade-in price on McLaren, we'll take it, but we're not.
Yeah, if it makes
actively-
sense.
Yeah.
If it makes sense, absolutely.
Still have to sell it.
Yeah, but I mean, we're. I'll put it this way: we are not actively searching for anything other than Ferraris now.
Makes sense.
I just don't. I don't like. I used to always look up, like I have all these saved searches and whatever on my phone or whatever, and now I don't click on anything but the Ferrari search. It's the only one I look at. Just not trying.
Brent, it's hard to say exactly because we're into it. Today was day 10, and we probably never did more than 6 hours on any given day. And it's pretty much been 2 guys, almost all of that. But we did extra stuff that wouldn't be part of the conversion on my car. Dan is filming. We're taking it really slow, so we didn't rush it. We're reading the manual. So 60 hours, 2 guys is not really accurate for what it was, but just to give you the best answer that we could.
Mm-hmm.
How about the Ferrari California T versus the Ferrari California, which is a better car? The Cali T is a better car.
If I was going to do a California, though, I'd probably get the regular one just because there's less stuff to break.
That sounds better.
I mean, it's cheaper and it's basically the same car. The T's a little bit faster. I mean,
Yeah, but the question was which one's better?
oh, well, yeah. I mean, better in what way?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Bang for your buck.
Better to buy or just better car?
Because the T is like, they're like 50 grand more. And I don't
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
worth
Oh, wow.
50 grand more.
Dude, they're fast. The Cali T is a fast car. It's legit.
I had no idea.
Yep. And they actually don't sound terrible, even though it's turbo. 2 minutes. Give us some questions
Yep.
before I fall asleep. The Cali T is a Portofino, or more accurately, the Portofino is a rebodied Cali
Yeah.
T.
There you go. Okay.
The guy in the Ferrari service center told me to never buy a non-T. Well, that's because they want you to pay more for a car.
Yeah.
And pay more to service it.
Yeah. Do we know how many miles have been put on the low mile California we sold? Nope, no idea. They have not messaged us.
Was there any resolution from the shipping damage?
I don't know.
I haven't talked to her for a while since she told me about all that, so I don't know.
Yeah, that was hard to hear. That sucked.
Yeah.
Best looking mid-engine V8 Ferrari ever, F40.
Done.
Done. I win.
How about modern? Make it modern.
Modern?
458. Right?
Define modern.
2000 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with F 458.
Yeah. Pista's up there. F8's up there. But
Pista, oof. Those
Pista's
are
Pista's
really
a good looking. But man, the F8 Coupe is a really good looking car too.
it is. It really is.
Yeah,
The back of the F8 is
it's
I love
sick.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Dan, what's the highest mileage Ferrari you've driven and how to drive? It's that 93,000 mile 458. It drove pretty good, actually. Other than the fact that it had been wrecked.
I thought it drove great for what it was.
Yeah. The Enzo is not a V8. So
It's a V12.
it's a V12. Does not count. According to the specifications.
Yes.
Of the question.
Yes. All right. It's 9:30. I'm looking for an excuse to go to bed, so I'm closing it down.
Yep.
All right, guys. We will see you next
All right.
Thursday.
Night,
Night,
everybody.
y'all.
Later.
Good night.